Hey guys, it's Michelle Rose, your real estate agent in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, and I wanted to talk to you today about the appraisal process and how that plays in a real estate transaction. So the appraisal process is one where the lender will hire an appraiser to determine the value of a home that a buyer has made an offer on. So what that means is you have a buyer, they want to purchase a property and they want to get financing. So they're going to talk with the lender. The lender is going to approve them for a certain amount. And then once the buyer finds a property, with the help of an agent, of course, they will come to terms, an agreement of terms with the seller that they're making an offer on with the seller, the price, when they want to close, and other items on the contract. Once both parties agree, the contract will be ratified. Once that happens, the lender's main job is to do two things. First is to continue to make sure that the buyer can afford the home by doing, some background work and underwriting and things like that. And then second, to make sure that the value of the home is worth how much the buyer has made an offer on. So what happens is the lender will hire a third party, which in this case will be the appraiser, and the appraiser will go out and do some research on the property itself. They'll visit the home, find out the beds, the baths, the square footage, all the different things that come in the house itself. And then they're also going to take a look at similar properties that are nearby, that are comparable, that have recently sold, and then also ones that are currently for sale. And that can help him determine the value of the home. And that can help the lender also determine if the value is similar to what the buyer has made an offer on. So, obviously if it's the same, it's great, because that means that the lender is going to be able to happily give that amount of money to the buyer, because you want to keep in mind that the lender is giving a lot of money or lending a lot of money to the buyer, and they want to make sure that the product they're using the money for, which in this case would be the house, that the value is there, that it's worth to give that full amount. So if the property value, or if the value comes in below, the appraised value comes in below the purchase, for example, if the buyer, made an offer and it was $500,000 and it comes in at $475,000, that's a $25,000 difference. And the lender will more than likely accept the appraised value at $475,000 as opposed to $500,000. So if that happens, a couple of things can occur. The buyer will probably have to come up with an extra $25,000, or the seller will have to accept the price at $475,000 as opposed to the $500,000, or it could be, a mixture of both, mainly depending on the motivation with the buyer and the seller. And of course, you want to make sure that you do have a great agent as well that is by your side to help you with the choices that you want to make. So I hope that clears up the appraisal process, and I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.